This moment marks the start of new beginnings. I'm ready to embrace the future ahead. I can't believe the day is finally here. Here's to new beginnings and endless possibilities.
Thank you so much, Innate Fam, for doing your homework. They all look amazing. Keep doing things that you love. Innate Academy is always here to support you.
Sky with a whisper loud. A brushstroke cuts through every cloud. My thoughts run wild, no change, no bounds. Electric colors in a concrete town. I'm the architect of my own spark, a firework igniting in the dark. Creativity is my superpower. Snap a rhyme, make the broken man. A kaleidoscope spinning in my chest. This canvas bleeds, but it's my best. Ideas collide, a thunderous roar. They crack the ground and break the floor. Creativity is my superpower. Turning dust to gold in the final hour. I build a world with a single thought. No cage, just dreams.
What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? As promised, we're going to do a bonus class today on using the Automizer, and I'm going to be giving you a little more in-depth preview of or demonstration of how to use it in order to break down your collections. First, I just want to see how many of you all in the Zoom room had any questions or needed to share your screen today and get any help. If you need any help today, go ahead and give me a 2 in the chat. And if you could tell me kind of what you got stuck on or where you need help, then I can make sure that number one, I cover that in the demo. And then number two, if you need to share your screen, then I can help you with that. Is anybody here have any specific issues that you encountered when you did your homework? Well, let me know in the chat. And then I'm just going to grab my notes from the questions that you all had from this week. Make sure that I address those things. Deshanta, you should have all of your classes unlocked. Let me know if you still don't have your classes unlocked. And check the 4 to 8 unlocking courses. Hey, Cheryl, my love. Granny is doing great. She is at home resting. She got a chance to get out of the bed yesterday, so that was good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. The classes are unlocked? Okay. Well, let me know if you have any other issues, love. I apologize that it was locked. You don't have to re-download everything. Everything is there for you though. But if you want to access the new stuff that maybe you didn't have access to before, then yes, you want to download that stuff. We did the class from Wednesday. I wanted you all to do your best to flip the 327 Automizer that I gave you to, I did in class, I did the 125, but I wanted you to flip it to something that you were actively doing or wanted to do. And then let me know if you had any trouble with that. Oh, you mean you don't have write access? So that would be something that you would have to enable on your computer. And it depends on the drive that you're using. Like if you're using OneDrive or something that has a cloud, it could stop you from saving as you're going. Now I see what you're saying. You don't have write access. Usually that means that the disk drive you're trying to, when you save, you're technically writing data to your hard drive. And if you don't have write access, it's something that you need to change on your computer settings. And you may want to contact basically your computer manufacturer to see how you could enable or change that. Sometimes it's within Windows, but most times it's something that you may have to change with the hard drive itself. Or if you're using an external hard drive, it may be a setting you have to change with that. And let me know, are you using an external hard drive or are you using your hard drive for the computer? Hard drive on the MacBook. Ooh, y'all, Macs. I tell you. I navigate, I use Macs vicariously through you all, but I'm a PC gal myself. So there may be some permissions that you need to grant. I know Macs are all about permissions and things of that nature. So there may be some permissions you need to grant before you can fully save all of the images, the PNGs. I think that's what that is. Some kind of security setting. Y'all know y'all Macs be having that extra security on it, which is probably a good thing. But it always creates some kind of workaround you have to do. All right. Anyone else have any issues? Cheryl, the hard drive being full, external drive also full. Yeah, Cheryl. Well, we know where that takes us. We gotta get that hard drive cleaned up. Sometimes you even have to invest in a system that has a larger hard drive in order to do this kind of work. All right, all right. So anyone else have any questions that you need to see tonight so that I make sure that I'm covering that, okay? All right, and then what I'm doing tonight, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to take the bigger Automizer, break it down into one that you're going to use for your collection versus what you may do for your customer for a bundle. And I'm going to show you all kind of how my strategy goes for that. So first, let me go ahead and open up full Automizer here. I call it the vaults because it has all the products in it. Now, I do have on my notes a few products that you all wanted to add to the Automizer, which requires me to make some mock-ups. So I wanted to see tonight. Hey, Vantrisa, I think we figured out what was going on. I think Hannah figured it out. I'm so sorry, my love. I just thought you was busy and wasn't tapping in. Oh, I'm so sorry, my love. But you know we miss you and we need you. You know, we need your energy here. Okay, no, there's nothing to open other than what you already did in class on Wednesday. So I was hoping if you all ran into any issues that you'd be, open your files and let me see what it is that you have issues with. But what I'm going to do instead is just answer your questions, and I am going to do a demo to try to do my best to answer any questions before you have them. So for instance, I think Mo had a question and I'll put that one down that I'm going to demonstrate tonight. So if any of you, especially those who you have used the Automizer, maybe there's a question that you have that that some of the other members who maybe have not used the Automizer so much don't even know that question to ask. So just let me know in the chat those questions and I'm pulling them up right now. That one and this one. All right, so for instance, let me see here. So you all wanted me to show you the difference between doing the Automizer for show, like a full collection that I would use for a banner, for just showing off for my collection. I'll give you an example. I'll put it here. So let's say I want to do what's called a campaign. Now, a campaign means that I am going to show off every single product that I'm possibly wanting to make for graduation. Will I do this for every customer? Absolutely not. This is for my entire collection because every customer is not going to garner me creating let's see how many products. Let's say, for instance, you have a maximum of 20 products that you might be offering for your graduation collection, right? A customer is probably only going to bundle anywhere from 3 to 5 products. So when we were doing our AI Create-a-thon and we're prepping for this whole event, the whole point of me telling you to pick your 3 collections and your 5 products was to say, what are your 5 most popular products? That's what I would for free mock up for all of your clients. So let's say, for instance, your top products are the t-shirt, a stole. Uh-oh. Trying to update. No, don't restart my computer in the middle of my live, child. What you doing? Let's see, a t-shirt, stole, the fans, and buttons. Let's say those are your primary products that every single season those crush. If your customers coming to you and say, hey, can you make me a graduation stole? The whole point of doing the Automizer is so that you can show them, hey, in addition to the t-shirt that you asked me for, here's also, or have you thought about doing buttons? Have you thought about doing the yard signs? Have you thought about doing some all over shirts for select individuals who may want to purchase those more? And I'm turning my sound off on my phone, y'all. It's getting on my nerves. Okay, so just letting you know that that's what I would do for each customer. Okay, so when I tell you to create an Automizer, I'm going to show you tonight how you can actually kind of create a smaller version to create the collection, and then create a smaller version that you might do for each and every customer, just so that they get this taste of what you can do. So I want you to tell me in the chat, remind me, what are your top 5 products? Okay, Tracy, I'll check that, my love. How do you add new products to the Automizer? Well, in a sense, you don't, because it's kind of a system that I create in order to add new products. But what I can do is I can show you how to do a mock-up. It's a very intricate process to tie them all in. And unfortunately, I don't show that part because it's a lot of work, and that's why I don't do an Automizer every week. Let's see, banners, yard signs. Okay, so banners, yard signs, shirts, fans, stole. All right, y'all keep it going, because what I want to do is I want to help you all create a collection versus. So this is what we're going to do. When you open this up, this Automizer file, the first thing you're going to do is you'll see this. You're going to update all modified content. Now, we did this in class, so we're the stuff that we did in class, I'm not going to spend too much time on, but I will reiterate. But the one that I gave you in class had these, already chosen products. I want to show you how you can go from all of the products and choose the ones that you want. And then if we have time tonight, I do plan on making a mock-up in front of you all for one of the products that you all requested during Wednesday's class. Just depends on what type of time we have. All right, and then so far, everything that you all are saying, a t-shirt, tumbler, stole, yard sign, fan, banners, yard signs, shirts, fans, all over, center print, stole, yard sign, tumbler, shirts, stoles, tumblers, fans, grad hat, toppers, every last one of those are already in the Automizer. Stole, 13 by 19, the slate, yard sign, fan, and tote. I think even the tote, the tote is in the Automizer already. Buttons are in there, hat toppers, yes. So everything that you mentioned is inside of here. It's under all product mockups. I'm going to turn this little preview off now, since we already did our right click and we updated all modified content. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the products that you all mentioned. So you see that we have quite a few products here. We even have like the dinner menus, bar menus, if you're doing like the event related stuff and you need those type of products printed. I see all over shirts, center print. So I'm going to select, and I'm just going to do the front for right now, not the front and back. Well, I guess I'll do the front and back because they're a different design on this one. The center print, sublimation. We also have a DTF. I'll grab that one. And what I'm doing right now is I'm holding down control and I'm selecting the products that I know for a fact are going to be in my collection. So I may not have the football jersey in the collection. I may not have, some of you may do the tank dress, some of you may not. So you may choose to put that in your collection. Some of you may want to do cuff links and ties and things like that. And some of you may feel like those are too specialty and you don't want to put them in your collection. That's totally up to you. So you have your neckties and your cuff links there. You could do those. You could do socks with that, kind of make that a dad special. Let's see, water bottles and chip bags. I didn't see any of you say that you are offering those, but if you are doing the treats, those are great ones to offer. Custom jeans and corsets. So I do have that as a possibility of adding to the Automizer. I think we already did the jeans. We didn't do the corset. I think I do have like the PNG version of it that I was gonna mock up, but I don't think we ever got to it. And then you all asked me about the denim jackets. I'm thinking of possibly putting that one in there. Y'all just let me know what it is that you don't have in the Automizer that you may be using frequently. Don't just tell me something you might do a one-off for. I want to make sure that it makes sense for y'all. Let's see. So let's go ahead. I'll do the chip bag and water bottle from the treat section. Maybe a cupcake here. Just showing you that you have some options here. You have the bar menu, dinner menu, if you were doing all of that. The invitations, I definitely think invitations would be something great to offer. The digital invitation. Ribbons might be something as a good alternative to the buttons. So if you want to offer the ribbons, you can add that one, plus the buttons. The fans are very popular right now. If you're doing like certain acrylic items like the drink stirs, those are in there. You can do that. Shot glasses, wine glasses. You can even do, I believe I have the paper cups in there. You have the pillow. That might be a great one to do. And then we get into like keepsakes and gifts. So you see, I aim to organize them in a way that lets you know like where you're going to be pulling these from. And then also if you're creating collections, you have sub collections. So yes, this is my graduation 2026 collection, but I also have sub collections. I have keepsakes and gifts. I have, event decor. I can sub part out those too, which makes a lot of sense. If you go back to when we did the Shopify intensive, that's how I subcategorized my products. So then that way, if somebody's looking for event things, maybe they're not even thinking of a pillow, but when they think of, oh, well, you know what, I will have a sofa area and it would be nice to have some, decorated pillows there for my theme. Then you're giving people ideas based on the collection or categories that they're currently looking for. All right, let's see. Somebody said a slate. I have this slate here. I'm going to use that one. But if you have a different slate, by all means, mock that thing on up. You have blankets here. Some of you are doing graduation stoles. Some of you are doing the graduation cap toppers there. I don't know if y'all are doing keychains, but the keychains are there. There are also some of these graduation tassel charms. These aren't it. But is anybody doing those? And for the panels for the basketball, football, volleyball, and baseball. That's interesting. I doubt I would have those ready for this latest Automizer, but I will definitely say that those are ones that if you have a template for it, you can use your elements that come from the Automizer and easily decorate those different panels. And for the fat heads, technically, that's just a cutout. So let me put them on my list about the fat heads so I can show you all how to, I'll do a mock-up for the fat heads because that will come up enough that more than likely you'll be offering that if you do the Coroplast, or some people are even doing it with the cardstock printables. All right, let's see if there's anything else in here. The fan, I'm just holding down control and selecting these particular items. I'll see if I'm missing anything. The tumbler. And here, if I'm creating my collection, I want every single thing I'm possibly going to offer. Okay, so if I offer the backdrop and the floor wrap, the retractable banner. And then this is just a vertical banner, the garden flag, a poster. You might even be doing the wide banner, yard sign. And then this is if you're doing the landscape banner instead of the portrait banner. I'm just going to go with the portrait banner. If you're doing spirit towels because maybe graduation is outside, or you're doing stadium cushions because maybe it's outside and people want something to carry to sit on, then you can add those. All right. And so I have a lot of things here. And what I'm going to do now, let me go to my top one. Keep scrolling. All right, so I'm going to hold down Alt, which is to make a copy. And you see I have a black and white arrow. That means it's making a copy. I'm going to bring all of those up into my 327 grad, which I basically already made an artboard for that. So another thing you could do, I have this folder for like a new package, and really that's why I should have dropped those things. So I bet I have some duplicates in here now. But anyways, you could have dropped it into your new package because your Automizer will have this little new package artboard here. Drop it onto the new package instead. So I'm just going to take all of these and drop it into the new package, as I should have before. And I'm just going to delete that one. So my new package has everything that I just held down control. And if you forgot something, you can go back and grab something else. Like, let's say that you decide that you want to include a hoodie. You can definitely throw the hoodie in there. All right, so I think I have everything that I want to possibly include in my collection. This is quite a few products. Can you imagine? Let's see, this is one, technically front and back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just keep scrolling. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that's pretty much the same product. Then that'll be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I think I already have that DTF shirt front. I already have that one in the front. 32, 30. That's 32 products. Okay. I'm offering 32 products in this. Oops, I dropped everything into my entire collection. Will I mock up all 32 products for each customer? Y'all answer that in the chat. Yes or no? What will I do? No, not at all. As a matter of fact, when you go grab a catalog of everything that, let's say, Jostens will offer for graduation, they may have a full catalog of the blue ring, the purple ring, and the gold versus the silver. But they have a small section of things that are going to be catered just to you, just to that school, right? I want y'all to think about that, because it requires a lot of work to customize each of those pieces for that particular user. And in this case, this is a very individualized, personalized project. So I don't want y'all to get caught up feeling like, oh my gosh, for every customer, I have to automize 32 products. No, you don't. Now, what I'm going to do here, so that says my new package. I'm going to duplicate this artboard, and I'm going to call it my 2026 graduation collection. Okay, so I have my new package. Now my 2026 graduation collection has all of those products. I'm going to duplicate that artboard. And this one is going to be my main 2026 grad package. Now, what I want you to do here, remember those 5 products that you told me that you know you're going to sell? You just know it. Y'all didn't say water bottles. Y'all didn't say chip bags. Y'all didn't say cupcakes. You didn't even say invitations. You may not be doing a lot of invitations. That's okay. You're not doing the digital invitations. Cool. Y'all said buttons, fans. You didn't say pillows. You did. Somebody said slate. Somebody said graduation stole, the topper. And I'm just going to go with one topper. I don't even think y'all said the clack fan, right? So that may not be in that package. Yes, y'all did say tumblers. And somebody said banners, so I'm going to consider backdrop and banners. Nobody said floor wraps. I'm going to take that out. Nobody said the garden flag. Nobody said posters. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm weeding out the products that, yes, they may make sense. But here's the deal. When I export them, they're going to export just perfectly fine as my whole collection. And then I'm going to pick and choose which ones I do over and over again for my clients, because more than likely they're just going to ask me for one stole, but I'm going to show them the tumbler, the t-shirt, and the backdrop. Get what I'm saying here? I'm not going to show them their design on 32 products. What I will do, and here's the idea. Let me take out my whiteboard here, because I think this does make a little sense to demonstrate it. Let's see. As we were talking about our Shopify setup last time. Okay, now let's go with how we would identify for our customer what products we can and even should make for them. So here, this might be the banner that you have for your Facebook or your Shopify, right? And this might have your 32 products. And I wouldn't even have 32 products on one banner. I would break that up, probably 3 banners, and break those products up into, you know, how we did before. Let's see. We had our fan gear, we had our party, and then we had our for the grad, right? So break those 32 products up into that, and then have like a banner that just switches. But what I would provide to my customer, my client, or even a potential client, somebody that's just paying for artwork, they ordered one product. So let's say they ordered one shirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show them a stage that has my most popular products. Y'all picked 5 products. That's it. Now, when I deliver their mock-up to them, why wouldn't I deliver it to them where they can see, here are my 5 products that I have for you, because I don't want to overwhelm them at first. And then underneath that, I can put my red grad, right? Because that's why I did all of this for the red grad, right? So this 5 products is going to be custom. And then the red grad is going to have all 32 products. I am not going to show them all 32 products with their custom grad on there, because then they think design is too easy. You hear what I'm saying? Then they think, oh, you could just redo this real quick, and can you just becomes one of their quotes. Can you just add this? Can you just change on the stole? Can I do this? And on the shirt, can I do this? They'll start to think that that's too easy. So just showing them 5 products gives them enough to bite on and know that you can provide more without making the design look so easy that they think it's free and they think it's effortless. Okay. So let's practice that ideal before we get into what an Automizer can do and how to do it. Because when I create this Automizer, I'm absolutely going to have my entire grad collection, but I'm also just going to have this little grad package, and I'll call it like my demo. I'll put custom, so y'all know that that's for the custom. All right. And the products that y'all told me, keep the simple products there. All right. If you want to sell that backdrop, sell that backdrop. And then if you do a smaller banner, do the smaller banner later. Do the retractable banner later. Okay, somebody did say that they offer the slate in their main package. So I'll leave that. Yard sign, y'all definitely said. We didn't say that. Let me make sure I'm deleting the right stuff. Yeah, this is my custom grad package. All right, let's get rid of some of this stuff. The fan. We're keeping the tumbler, yard sign. I'm not doing the screen printed shirt, and I'm not doing the hoodie. Now, doesn't this narrow this down quite a bit now? I have my all over shirt, my center print shirt, and I usually keep the DTF because when y'all say center print, sometimes you mean sublimation center print, sometimes you mean DTF. So I have both of those on there. We didn't say we were going to do the ribbon. Y'all said the button and the stick fan. There it is. And let me get rid of these little extras that are duplicates here because this is what I had in there before, which makes sense because these are the products we're always offering. Yard sign, make sure I don't delete that one. Oh, I have a duplicate of it. I have a wide banner here, which more than likely I'm going to see if I can sell my backdrop, but some of you don't sell the large backdrops. You just sell the banners because the banners are something that you can get from your local CVS or Walgreens, right? So maybe you want to show that product off instead of the 8x8 or the 10x8. Absolutely, Felicia. And the beautiful thing is too, yes, you should do a save as. Let me do that now. Save as, and then I'm going to save this. It's no longer going to be the vault. This is going to be my 3/27 grad collection 2026. And then I usually put the date. So 2026 04/10, right? Leave everything else the same there. And what this is doing, it uses the same base products, but I'm about to do a very important step here. It is really, really scary because you have all of your product mockups. You have all 140 product mockups here. But because this is a variation, this is just for my graduation collection, I'm going to delete all of those products. Why? Because now this makes my Automizer so much smaller. I have 32 products instead of 140 products. Does that make sense? That's why I say you need to know ahead of time what products you're going to put in your collection so that now your collection is going to be complete. It's going to have a mock-up and a printable for every single product that you plan to offer in your graduation collection. All right, that's what this is designed for. All right, so now let me go ahead and save here. And really, even this custom folder is just a reminder for you right now. It's just a reminder for you of what products go into your custom versus your entire collection. Because when the Automizer runs these, it's going to run everything that's in the collection folder because the things that are in custom are just duplicates. Okay. And it's not going to make duplicate PNGs. It's going to read in the file that has already been done, and it's not going to redo it. Okay. That's okay, Mo. Customer happiness, if you would go ahead and put the replay link. We got the instant replay going on right now. So if you need to catch up, you know, you can watch it at 2.0 speed and get on to pretty much where we are right now. Maybe go back about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Thank you, customer happiness. All right. So that was answering part of your question, Mo. I was looking at your question from Wednesday night's class, and I was just going over just the logic of making this the 5-product custom markup versus doing all 32 products. Now, because this is a craft to quit session, you know, I'm going to give you some marketing and some display tips and all of that great stuff of how I make it look higher end and more professional. So I got you on that. But I got to show you the basic of why this is going to be helpful in getting that done. All right, so you remember we did this in our AI. And I told you, Mo, we were talking about those stages that we would use. And I'm going to go, let me see if I even have. I'll show you my stages. I believe I have one in the 318. I'm going to go find you one of my stages. And this is why I really don't use the stages anymore, but I wanted to show you how I used to organize them. And just literally just having systems will save you on that. Let's put stage. Okay. So what I would do is I would have these, what I call my collection stages or stagers. And let's see, this one is for my 318 red grad. I'm just going to open the file location real quick so I can show you where it's located in your Automizer file system. So in that whole PNG folder for that 318, because this was for the 318 racing grad, I had these PNG stages, right? And these are my PNG, PST to Canva, boom. This one. And this was how I would separate. Let me see if I can give you a better example of this one with all of them on it. Here it is. So this is the one with all of the stages. I'm going to show them to you. I don't really use this anymore because I was able to show you all my shortcut to doing this with AI. Now, imagine this. Imagine your girl sitting up here in my little brain, well, my big brain. Okay, your big brain too. Coming up with all of these different collections. I was like, okay, this is going to be my drinkware collection. This is going to be my treats. This is my apparel essentials. These are my premium apparel. This is fleece. Here are my school essentials, my home decor outdoor, then my home decor indoor. This one was accessories, auto accessories. So I did do some great thought into, well, what should these collections really include? Okay. So yeah, this is my collection stager. Now, how I do this now, so I don't just have random floating products on a generic looking background. I do this now. Okay. Now, when I say I do this, this is AI. I drop those individual mockups. Let me show you. Let me refresh your memory because we already did this in class. I'm not going to do it again, but I will absolutely show you how we did it. And this is why you want to have all of these classes that we've done so far. They all build, build, build. I promise you, you are not just doing isolated one-time projects. Everything that I teach y'all is something that builds on another concept. All right, so let's go back to, let me do this. Let's go to grab 4. I'm going to make these tiles really tiny. Why is this all it's showing? We should have a lot more here. I think it did this to me last time too. I'll tell you what, let me go back to my assets here. This is everything that's supposed to be in that folder. It may not be showing, it may have gotten overwhelmed. All right, so check this prompt out. Create a high-end commercial product photo shoot scene using the uploaded product image as a source for all items. Now, if you remember, we just dropped these particular images on an artboard. And what we were expecting for the AI to help us do is create a very creative, more realistic display of these products. So I could have put each of these products on here individually, which is honestly what I would suggest. But I did have a semi-laid out version, which would be equivalent to what the stager would do. However, there are things that are mixed and match on here. I have apparel, I have signage, I have drinkware, I have the fans, I even have some of the treat related items, and I even have large format items like the backdrop. So this might be indicative of what I can do for graduation. This might be what I actually put together as a mock-up for my client because it has a handful of items that are going to be my biggest sellers. Does that make sense? It is actually best to do each one separately because if you upload them like I did here, see how you have parts of your design that's going to be covered up and it kind of guesses what's there. And it also brings down the quality of the graphic because now each of my items has decreased quality because I put them in a collage versus uploading them individually. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's take the same prompt here. Boom, boom, boom. And where are my options here? I want to just reference. Open that one. And I suppose we can reference. So if I go to reference, it's going to take me back to image. It's going to give me the entire prompt here. And let's take away the people here. Now this one actually didn't give me my proper one. Let's go back here. Where did it go? I'm just going to copy the prompt here. Because when I go to open, yeah, let me just copy the prompt here. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to go back to image, and then I'm just going to use that exact prompt here. Control A, Control V. And instead of product image, I'm going to say product images. Arrange the products into a single cohesive display layout, adjusting the scale, rotation, and perspective so that all items appear naturally positioned in a realistic studio setup. I just want to make sure that this one doesn't tell anything to lay on the ground because I don't like to lay flat with the stand up. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and regenerate this one as doing a 16 by 9. I'm going to do it as a 1:1 ratio just to keep that part consistent. And next, I'm going to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to drop in the individual items. And just because we've already produced these individual items, I'm going to just grab them really quickly from my 327, from my whole PNG, sort by. Do my more recent first. And these actually have our 125 products. So we can do those. No, I want to stick with the 327 so that we get a good comparison. Oh, this one already had the products lined up. All right, so now let's go ahead and grab the individual products. We'll grab them from our 327 red grad. Do extra large so I can see them a little bit better here. And then the products that we're doing here, I'm going to see if I can just quickly grab the same ones and all over a center print shirt. I think we did the center print DTF. All over center print DTF. We did. Oh, this doesn't have all of my products. It just has a few of them. Let me see where I put these, y'all. There they go. All right. So let's pick the products that we say that we want to do. And we could do things different from here. We can do the ones that we said that we're going to do for our 5 products. I'm just searching really quickly. I can also put in the name here. So let's say we said we're doing the stole. I have 140 products in here, y'all. So maybe I don't want to be sifting through all of them. So stole, let's drag and drop that one. We said we want to do the DTF shirt. That will be the black shirt with the center print, front design. That one there. That's giving me an error. It's saying my stole violates the, what are you talking about? Maybe the resolution is too large. Let's see, but I've uploaded it before. I just make sure I put the PNG and not the Photoshop file. What in the world? It's saying something odd about my stole. I have never seen that before. Let's see if I can get everything except for the stole, and then I can get the stole from somewhere else. We said we're going to do the tumbler, and I'll show you how we get these products from the Automizer. And then the beautiful thing is once you kind of have this set, you can redo the same exact prompt for your next customer with those 5 products and still get a similar result there. And let's say, for instance, you don't want to offer them the backdrop. Maybe you want to do the banner instead. Let's try the banner instead of, let's use the banner instead of the backdrop. So let's do this banner here. Oh no, I didn't take the time to optimize that banner. So we're going to do the backdrop. And that's the other thing. I may not optimize a design if I'm not going to use it for my Automizer output. But if I know I am going to use it, then the idea is to go through each of those individual products, move and shift and change around the elements so that it looks good for your final presentation. Let's see, we're going to do the button. Do the button. We'll do this one, which is not the sublimation button, but I think it's the most popular button there. And then let's do the slate, because that's a keepsake item. We'll do the slate. And even my slate, I don't want to put the slate. It's not designed properly. I need to decrease the size of that V there and kind of move around my first name, last name. So I'm not going to put that on my presentation. What else am I missing? I'm missing the stole. And let me go up a bit. And I'm going to see if it's just that particular stole or if it's all of my stoles. It might even be the title that's throwing it off. And I want to go to my Automizer all folder. Actually, I saw the stole right there. I'm just curious as to why it would not take it from that folder. Let's see if it's still giving me that error, y'all. This content violates our guidelines. Why does my stole violate your guidelines? And you're trying me, so I am just going to save it as another file name. I'm going to save it as like grad sash or something. And see if I don't have anything on there that I don't know if it's reading it as some type of I'm not sure why it's reading that as a content violation. It's driving me crazy though. It's bothering me. Why are you doing that? This is really driving me crazy. Let me save it as a JPEG. And save a copy. It's a JPEG. See if that works. And then I'm going to change something about it, hopefully. Maybe the image size or something is too large. Something is triggering here. Image size. Let me check on my image size. My image size isn't even large at all. I don't know what this thing is talking about. All right, let's see if it'll let me upload the JPEG instead. Stop playing with me, Higgsfield or Nano Banana, whichever one. Okay, Lord have mercy. So I just saved this as a JPEG real quick just to kind of change the data up a little bit because it's reading something about my store. And I have uploaded that store I don't know how many times. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products. I'm going to ask it to create a mock-up now. It might be hating on the scripture now. It might see something about Jesus on there and look, it's just acting a fool. We get attacks from all angles now. Now, the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a different format. So if I did it in 16:9 format, it would lay my items out more like a banner than a square. So depending on how you want to display it to your customers, I'm either gonna do it as a super wide one, which works better as like a banner for Facebook. So this is where I'm saying, yes, you can use the stages, you can update those, with the Automizer, and it has its purpose too. But I don't even use that anymore, y'all. I have to be honest with you. I like to pull back the veil and show y'all what I'm actually factually doing, not just something I can sell you. All right. So what I do is I do use the Automizer to get all of my products automated as mockups. And then what I'll do is I'll use AI to help me create a presentation for that. All right, this one, nah, it was okay, but I definitely would redo this one. So we'll just tell it to regenerate. That was somewhat of a creative layout, but I just don't like how my stole is over this tumbler. Now, what I should have done for the tumbler, and which I may do here, is the tumbler itself, just because I know it's having a tough time kind of understanding that. Let me put it in my tumbler. Then what I would want to do is just isolate that part in the middle. So I can take that. And I'm just going to isolate just the center part here. Select the inverse. And just hit delete. Now make sure you do a save as, because you don't want to save this as you don't want to save over your mockup, because maybe you do want to show that full presentation, especially if they ordered the tumbler. All right, so I'm just going to put this in the downloads here. Then I'm just going to put the word single, so I know that's my single center one. And honestly, it's not doing a great job that I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what the products are here too, just so that it understands the scale there. And I think it does, because the way that I label my products, it is already understanding that these are backdrops, tumblers, etc. So it's getting my scale semi-correct. All right, so now I have my single tumbler. I'm gonna run this one more time. And then I'm gonna take off all this extra wording and see if I just create a simpler prompt. If it's gonna get what I'm talking about. Stop playing with me, right? And if you all know like how I used to create my mock-ups back in the day, and I would show you all, just laying this shirt down flat and attempting to make the artwork look like it was flat too, and all of the things we would have to do in order to create the shadows. And y'all remember I showed you even how to make your shadows from scratch. Do you see how AI is just automatically doing that hard work for you? I'm going to put this back on a 1-to-1 ratio, generate one of those. All right. And then here I have a creative way to display my stuff for my clients. If you want to, of course, you can have them in the floating perspective, but I think you can get some much cooler results by doing the AI scene mock-up here. And this looks like 3D high resolution. My little mock-up didn't even have this high resolution. Amen, amen. And so, and working smarter, not harder, Mo, for us, one way is systems, automations, absolutely. But the other thing is we have tools at our disposal now that we didn't have like this even a year ago, even a month ago. A lot of this stuff was very crude and unrealistic and unbelievable. So now we're to a point where these things, look, this right here, do you know how much this would have taken to mock up in Photoshop, y'all? Come on. So that's why I'm saying, I know I told you all how to use the stages, but now I don't have to pick and choose every little thing that goes on each stage. I can just say, hey, these are my 5 main items that I want to sell to everybody. Right. And then once you have a style that you truly like, you can actually use it as a reference. You can change up the artwork and you can say, hey, I want to use this layout as a reference for the products that I'm about to upload. And then that way, if you have a chip bag, it should know, hey, this is where your chip bag should go. If you have a water bottle, it should put the water bottle there, or at least use the primary reference. I really like this reference here, even though the shirts are kind of hanging midair. I probably could tell it to like just let the shirts float without the hangers, but I provided the shirts on a hanger, so it gave me the shirts back on a hanger. Yeah, I know. In the chat GPT does this as well. I just think chat GPT still doesn't have that full commercial look to it just yet. So Google Nano Bananas doing that. That's what I use inside of Hicksfield here. And then I just have a way of just keeping up with all of my projects, whether I use Nano Banana, Dance, any of the other image generators here. You can use, you can even use Hicksfield if you're like creating your own character. Remember, we created a character of yourself or your own model. Then you can use the Hicksfield model for that. You can use Dream. This GPT is right built into here too, if you like to use Chat GPT. And then of course you have the video generators with the Kling, and what else do I use here? I have to be honest, I don't use Sora a lot. I know I see a lot of people use Sora, but it's in here. It's definitely in here. I primarily for video use Kling, and sometimes I use Google's, but the Google one, the VO, a lot of times doesn't work for me on here. Just being honest. All right, so this mockup I like, and if I like this, then I can download this, and now I can use this as a reference every time I upload my future designs for my clients, right? All right, so just showing y'all how I use AI in conjunction with the Automizer. Let's get back to the Automizer, y'all. All right, so gonna let that go. But that's what I was saying. Yes, I used to use these stages. Now I don't. But these stagings can be updated as well with images from your Automizer. I just don't use it. Not no more. Nope. All right. So I want to take you back to this step. Now that we have our 2026 grad collection, the first thing I do after that is I go to File and I go to Package. Why do I want to package this? I want to package it so that all of my collection is the only products that are going to be changed when I change my design. You can change the design for all 140 products. That's what I do when I give you all an Automizer. I do it for all 140 products or however many it is at the time because it always is growing. And then what I do is I just kind of clean it up and make sure that each of the products is, has good placement of the elements. And then I package 140 products for you all. And it takes a lot of time. Okay. But if you're just doing your graduation collection, you don't have to do all 140. Why would you do the casket? Or if you don't do floor wraps, why would you do the floor wrap? Just keep in mind things that you're going to do, you're going to offer, and your Automizer will be tight and right. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in my Automizer all folder. And this will now be my 3/27 Friday demo. Oh, I have to make a folder. New folder. 3/27. This is just going to be my Friday demo folder because I have the 3/27 saved as a full Automizer. But this is just the collection. Now here is going to just make sure that you have everything that you need to connect all the files. And it's going to make a brand new, basically a brand new version of the Automizer based on what you just selected. Because remember, we deleted the folder, the artboard here that had the whole 140 products on it. So now it's going to package just the products that you put inside of the collection. All right, now this is the part that I did for you ahead of time for Wednesday's class. Remember, I gave you an Automizer that already had a few products already in it. I did that ahead of time, and I told you all I would show you later how and why I did that. So I wanted to go over the why. Why? I have 32 products I want to offer in my complete graduation collection. I have about 5 products that I want to show each of my customers, even if they order one button, one t-shirt, one fan from me. And I forgot to put the fan on there. So that could have been an item that showed up on my simple 5. Or let's call them your starter 5, right? Instead of the simple 5, let's call them the starter 5. These are your starters. If you had a lineup and you were going to, have a team, what would be your starting players? All right. These will be your starter players. That's how I want you to think of it. Not what do you think is the cutest and the most popular? What do you sell more of that you can rely on every single time to help you get a sale? Those are your starting players. That's what you mock up for each customer, even if they order only one product from you. All right. So letting that roll. And meanwhile, while that's packaging, I'm going to take you on over to my Higgs field. We're going to go into this project here so we can see what have we been working on for the past almost 2 months, y'all. Okay. I'm going to do a little scroll back. No, is it giving me all my assets? Hold on. Let me grab all my assets. I know it's more than 1,000 images and videos in here. Okay, let me just let it load up for y'all. It's taking this little time. And then while it's doing that, I'm going to show you from the Shopify store we did. All of that was everything that we learned so far. This came out of the Automizer. Then I put together a prompt that said, hey, make this look like it's in a product setting. And it even had class of 2024 here. And I went and I painted there and told it to be 26. And it fixed that. I told it I wanted mom and dad in there. I told AI that I wanted a picture of mom and dad. We didn't have a mom and dad, remember? We just had a red grad. We created mom and dad with AI. Then I told her to put the t-shirt on dad, put the dress on mom, let mom hold this fan, let dad hold that fan. That's all in these prompts, y'all. All of that are in these prompts that we've already done. Hey, make a photo of the grad in motion walking while she's wearing a black graduation gown. And I uploaded the picture of the girl. I uploaded the picture of the stole. That's how I'm telling y'all, I've been using that stole since forever. Okay. Nice looking family, right? But that's what models do. Models help you to sell your product, not just because they're beautiful, not just because they're easy to look at, right? But that is the point of how they help sell, because they sell someone an experience, they sell someone a story. And when you see a family looking happy, holding some products, or in an environment where you want to create that theme, that idea for them, that's what the models help you to do. That's why when we were little, we played with action figures and Barbie dolls, right? We wanted to create these scenes and scenarios. That's what the human mind loves to see. That's what marketing is all about. That's why it's so much easier to sell a product with models wearing it than a shirt that's just laying on somebody's shag rug. Do we get that? Does that make sense? Y'all let me know. I'm not gonna keep talking unless something I'm saying is making sense. Because the whole time you're thinking, I wonder if somebody's toes been on that rug, and if they're gonna sell my shirt, to me, after they done put it on that rug that somebody's toes done been on. Yes, they will put that shag rug I've been guilty of putting mine on the wood floor. But a wood floor at least is a little more, At least you can swiffer the wood floor. I don't know what be in them fibers of the shag rug, okay? All right, so y'all got me. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is that you're using what you have access to help sell your product. But to help sell your product, you need to sell the story. Okay, so that's why more recently, just last class, we went through, okay, now how you gonna sell your tumbler? Mom looked like she is getting it in at the graduation party. She is having fun. That looks like that could be auntie right there. This looks like relatives, family members. She over here crying with her tumbler in her hand. Okay. I see y'all in the comments. Yes, I have used all of the above. But you get the feeling here that we're doing this for a reason. These, even if you never animated these, just the image itself, her drinking out of her cup and just looking like she's refreshed, her dancing, graduation time, it's a celebration, right? Those individual images can be images that you use for your banners, for your social media, for your emails, right? I just want you all to see that that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. And then let me check on, because I'm talking. I think my package is done here. So I'm going to close this out, hit yes to save. Now let's go check on our package, because we just made a new package in our not whole PNG, in our Automizer all folder. There's my Friday demo class. Let's get into it. All right, and now what you'll see is that everything here is what we picked. We don't have any of the extra stuff. A new package folder. I'm going to go ahead and empty it out just in case I ever want to put anything new in there. All right, and I'll save it. And of course, every time you open it, the first thing you should do, and I need to remember to turn this on, even for myself, just so I remember, right click, update all modified content before you touch anything, double click on anything, just update all modified content just to be certain that everything is linked together. And then if I want to, you know how we did in Wednesday's class, we changed out all of our elements, then we packaged it again. When you change out all your elements and you package it again, now it packages each of those products, even though we only changed the design of just the t-shirt, just that t-shirt, it will update all of the other products, okay? So I would go in just like we did on Wednesday, change out the design for the foreground, the background, the text, And the photos here, if we're changing it out for a different grad, of course, we stuck with the red grad. But once we changed all that out, then we ended up with the 125 output. Okay, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and was there anything I want to change? I know I want to change that banner. I want to show you, like, there will be times where you need to change something. See how this one, I'm not thrilled with how this layout looks. So inside of the Automizer, this is just a suggestion, y'all. I'm going to turn on my auto select for just a moment. So maybe one of my logos, it looked good like that. And then another one, it did not. So I'm just creating a little bit of a change here for my last name. I want to put that on top of my image here. First name, I want to put it on top because I never want to cut off the first name, last name like it just was. I can change that size up a little bit here. And then what's going to happen is every time I change out this banner design in the future, now I'm going to save those banner changes. So when I produce another set of products based on this particular Automizer, now I have my new layout saved. So I have to save it. And let's say you want to add some elements that, let's see the little flags on there. Let's say you want to add an element from this artboard. Let's say you want to add this cup here. Just right click, go to your accent 2, right click on the gray area and tell it to duplicate the layer and say, hey, move that on over to my banner. Okay, now it's here. I may need to move it on top of things so I can see it. And let's say now that accent, maybe I'll weigh it and put it on the right side and give it a little weight on the right side here. Y'all know I like to overlap stuff. Okay. And now that would be my new layout. I have my flags under there somewhere that aren't really showing. Got to take it off of auto select so I can get underneath that. But boom. Can save that. And now I have my layout changed. Every time I do a banner, this is my new layout. If I'm doing this exact theme, then all I have to worry about is changing out the name, the colors, and the graduate's photo. Then everything else from the background images and all will change automatically. Even the first name and last name will change automatically as long as I have them preserved in my text 1 and my text 2. So the whole idea of the Automizer itself is to not just save you time and energy, but to give you a way to visualize the beautiful elements that you've designed for one t-shirt or one banner. And now you can see that propagated onto up to 140 products. Okay, so that's the idea. That's the premise. The reason why I even invented this thing for you all in the first place. I did not have this tool when I was doing my graduation designs or my football designs or my cancer awareness stuff or even the corporate things that I would do. Right. So I created this tool so it would help you all do the things that used to take me hours to do. And I had 25 years of Photoshop experience up to this point, and it still takes me hours to do this stuff. So why not build it into a system that won't allow you to spend hours on it if you do it right? Okay. All right, so I'm saving that mockup there. So now when I go to create my PNGs, it's going to, all of the changes that I just made, it's going to make that change to my banner. Another one I want you to check, just check anything that has an odd layout. Check your stole, because sometimes first name, last name may be longer, shorter, it might get cut off. Their faces may get cut off. The stole is a really odd type of product that you want to make sure it looks good. Okay. Make sure your scripture's still on there. And AI is not discriminating on you based on your religion. All right, let's do this fan here. Sometimes if you have the name on here or any text, it might get cut off. All right, you might have somebody's face that's way too far into the margins, and you want to make sure that everything looks good. So check each product. That's why I don't want you automizing all 140 products, because you're not going to go through all of them. Make sure that your artwork looks good. I neglected that banner there. Okay. All right. So I think all of these products are good to go. And like I said, you can delete any duplicates that you have. It's not going to create the duplicates. But now, let's say you went ahead and did your flip, which we did that in class on Wednesday. I'm going to, let me make sure my whole PNG folder is clear. Let's see what's in my whole PNG. So before I export things to my whole PNG, I like to take all my elements. So remember, we flipped to the 125 and it gave us the shirt, all of that stuff. I'll do it again tonight so you all can see it. So this is in the full 125. Uh-oh, whoa, what did I just do? Okay, I'm gonna do Control X because I'm gonna cut those. And I'm gonna create a new folder. I'm gonna call it 125 red grad. I'm gonna put the word class on there because it's not the full one. It's just the class one that we did. And then I'm gonna paste my PNGs in there just so I preserve them. So as you can see, I have my mockup, plus I have my printable. So this is what I would send off to the printer. This file right here is ready to go, PNG ready to print. This fan ready to print. But this is my mockup. So the mockup is what I would tell AI to put into a setting. Like even if I was just selling the yard sign itself. You see how, here, let's get specific right now. Let's show you yard sign. Y'all, this is so much. I pray that you are, not I hope, but I pray that you all are using this stuff, because we have been doing things that used to cost so much to do with a real photographer, real models, even the AI. This used to cost a lot of time and energy. Now it could just have you looking so professional with very minimal results. Let me see if I can find. Put in the word yard. No, of course it doesn't find anything there. All right, let me take off yard. Let's see, I know I have some yard signs on here because we recently did some really great mockups. It's just so many files here that it's taking a while for it to load. Maybe I should be a little more patient. I don't know what that feels like. I know it's up in here. One of these ones is taking forever to load. But I just want to show you how easy it is once you have one that you really like. Come on and load for me, buddy. Let's see here. Why is this thing taking, like, I bet you it's up in here where I'm seeing all this blank stuff. There was one that I liked where it had the yard sign kind of repeated in the grass for all the homes in the neighborhood. I wanted to show you all that one. But Lord have mercy. Well, it does have over 1,000 images in this folder here, in this asset folder. So that's probably my fault. All right, there we go. We're getting closer to it now. Let's see. I want to show you the one that I really liked. I felt like it made it a really good impression. But now I don't see it. I know it's in here. All right, now I'm probably overlooking it because I'm looking too hard for it. But I'm sure we can use any of these ones with the yard sign. I'm going to go back to my image generator here. Okay, here are my ones for the yard sign. Let's see, where's one that has the multiple houses? Oh, maybe there were a few I mistakenly deleted because I was going real fast, and I hope I didn't delete that one. I may have. That may be why I cannot find it. Nah, okay. That might be why I cannot find it then. Oh well, I may have mistakenly deleted it. Okay, let's roll with this one. Let's see. Now I'm gonna take this exact one here, tell it that I want to reuse it. Okay, take off the sign that I previously had there, put my new yard sign there. Let it completely upload, because if you hit generate before it finishes upload, it will give you something random that you never asked for. All right, let's go ahead and push that through. Now you can also do something called reference. I'm actually gonna let's do reuse. And what I'm gonna do is put our new design as image 1. Oh no, that's what I need to do. I have to click on it to get reference. Boom, get reference. Okay, so I'm gonna say image 1 is my design image, and then I'll say use image 2 as a reference for the photo shoot and product layout. And what I should get from that is it should take my image 2 and just look at it like, okay, she likes the balloon, she likes the yard sign, even the house that's in the background, but we absolutely need to change out the image of the yard sign itself. And then let's make it a 1:1 ratio. And this one, I feel like those little balloons, I could redo that one and tell it to regenerate that one. I feel like the balloons were in proportion to the sign. All right, we'll give it that little time to cook. See what's going on over here. Want to go ahead and batch create all of my PNGs here. That's why I cleaned out that whole PNG folder. So I'm going to choose what folder am I picking from. And I'm going to pick from my Friday demo folder. Go inside the folder and go to where my links are. And it's going to take all of the files that are in that folder And it's going to turn them into PNGs. And where is it going to put it? It's going to put it in my whole PNG folder. I'm going to say okay. And we'll watch it. Matter of fact, I like to go stalk my little whole PNG folder. And then let's view my large icons. And as you can see, it'll start making the PNGs here. So to do all of your elements, it'll do all of your mockups, and it will also do all of the printables. And that is what I feel like is the game changer, the time saver, the working smart, not hard. Once you learn the principles of how the Automizer works, then I can take these individual mockups and make different packages. I can make a package for my deluxe, or I can make a package for my basic or essentials. And then that way I can use AI to help me generate a good visual for it. But it's making a good visual because we're giving it good visuals to start with. We're giving it good mock-ups to start with. All right, so let's see, what is it doing now? Let's go back and check on our AI. All right, it threw a little additional graduation cap there. I guess it got the idea for my graphics here. But as you can see, it used the exact design and it just gave it, look at the shadows there. Do you know how long it would take us to make these shadows in Photoshop? Just doing it. All right. And like I said, we've gone through class after class after class on mocking up these products, mocking up the models, even creating some of these advertisements and banner graphics. You name it, we have gotten deep into it in these Innate Academy studies. All right. Now, any questions so far about how you've been using the Automizer, or like, because I answer most question about the oh, I wanted to show you all this too. Let's see. Mm-hmm. It's still generating our images there. All right, so this is what I'm going to do as a bonus. I don't always do this, but I'm going to do this as a bonus for the 327. So I'm doing the 327 and the 125. I said I was going to create a mock-up for you all, but it's getting kind of late for tonight. So I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight with y'all. Oh, it's still going. It's not going to let me open it up. Just now, I forgot I was doing my PNGs. Okay. But I also have the event designer, which is not part of the Automizer normally because it's so large. But if y'all are doing the event graphics, like the arches and the cubes and the floor wraps, now the floor wraps and the backdrop are in the Automizer. Those are the only like truly large format event graphics that are in there. But the accordion wall, those things are separate. And then you can also kind of show off some of the individual products that you do, plus the large format graphics. That is a totally separate file that I have here. So I think I may show that off possibly tomorrow because I need to flip it for you all. So I may do that tomorrow. Let me see. On Saturday, what would be a good time to show that? For those of you all who are interested in taking these same elements and designing the event large format graphics from them. What's a good time? Or would Sunday be better? Let me know. Okay, Saturday. Give me a time, Eastern Standard Time. Saturday or Sunday, let me know. Because that way, if you have questions about like, well, hey, how do I print this? Or, how do I scale this? Or how can I format this to make sure I send it to a printer if I don't have a large format printer? Then that will be the time for y'all to ask me those questions live. All right, so I'm seeing Saturday, 12, 2 to 3, 5. So Sunday, 6. All right, so far, I'm seeing more Sundays than Saturdays. Is that right? We could do a Sunday 6. That way everybody's home from church and settled. Y'all want to do Sunday 6? Okay. That way it'll give you all some time to work on some things this weekend. Make sure you have your ideas together, your questions together for me. I think let's do 6 Eastern time. I know my Pacific people get mad at me sometimes. Y'all don't say nothing, but y'all, I know y'all on a totally different schedule from us. Anybody here Pacific? So I'm gonna ask my Pacific folk. What's a good time? Is 6 Eastern? That ends up being what, like 2 o'clock Pacific? So that means y'all might not be out of church just yet, depending on, I don't know, Pacific time. If y'all have churches like we have churches down here in the South, you might not make it home at 2 o'clock. That's 3 p.m. Because I can do 7 if you will be home and you'll be settled by then. I don't mind. I just want to give y'all enough time to ask me questions for the large format stuff, because I usually get a lot of questions for the large format design and printing. Okay, so let's do 7 it is, okay? So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. And customer happiness, Hannah, do you mind setting up a Zoom room for that? I don't expect you to work on Sunday because I know that's typically one of your days off. But if you could set up that Zoom room for me, and I may push it on YouTube as well. We'll see. Okay. Because I want to show you all how to take all these same elements and pretty much do the event design. Now, what I am going to do, because I have this already set up, I need to add a product. I told y'all I would add a product. Let me go to my notes. I'm going to let you all in the Zoom room vote on what products to add. You all told me that you wanted to add the jeans. Okay. Y'all said jean jacket. So I'm just giving you the preview of the list first, and then y'all are going to vote in just a little bit. Let me go back to my list. Okay. So the jeans, the denim jacket, tennis skirt. I don't know if you all are doing the tennis skirt now. Somebody said the corset, so I'm going to add the corset. And for the event design, I think, are you all still doing the Hobby Lobby half arch panel or no? Anybody still doing those? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like basically a little 3-panel foldable accordion style wood panel that came from Hobby Lobby, and folks were designing that. Look, I know I can, but I ain't going to, because technically y'all can make it from scratch out of what I showed y'all to do for the accordion wall. But I'll see. Because we already have the actual accordion wall. I know that there was a Hobby Lobby version, and I was going to, if you all are still working on that, but I think some people are doing it, but it's not as popular anymore. Okay, I have a party hat. We did the crown. I can make the crown a part of the Automizer. The gable box. If you all are doing the gable box, I need y'all to tell me what size gable box you're doing. Gift wrapping paper. The envelope, since you were doing invitations, I thought maybe doing a custom envelope. I don't even know if you all make custom envelopes or print on the envelopes, but the envelope could be something that is printable as well. The table tent cards, which I think those are pretty popular for events. They don't have to be, uber designed, but they can be. Cake topper. And remember, we did that as one of our classes. We did a 3D cake topper. I have a cutlery pouch, Pringles shaker. And if you remember, we already did the Pringles shaker, which is the one with the dome. We did that one. I haven't put it into the Automizer because I didn't know if you all were going to be making that. The Gatorade, a soda can, and a treat bag topper. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go back over those, and I'm going to give you a number for them. Well, yeah, I'm going to give you a number for them. If you're not going to make it, just don't put that number. You don't have to just choose one, but what I want you to do is I want to see how likely you are to use these products, because it takes me, that's why y'all say, can you show me how to put a new product in the Automizer? I don't even like to do that. So I definitely don't want to demonstrate it because it takes a lot of energy and effort. So please keep that in mind. I'm asking you all what you're seriously going to use in the Automizer, because tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to add a few more products in here that you want to add. Okay. So let me know. Tennis skirt. Wait, I lied. That's not the first one. The first one is here. I'll put this over here for a second. Y'all can see my little raggedy notes. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So the grad cap charm, that'll be a number 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you plan on offering that. If you don't plan on offering it, don't put it in the chat. Okay, I just need to know how many people would use this before I go spending time making it. Okay, so just put a 1 in the chat. The big head on the stick, which is technically the same as the fan, but I'll make a big head version, which just basically will be a bigger printable. If you're going to use that, put 2 in the chat. Okay. Anybody doing life-size standees? Put a 3 in the chat. So basically you want something that shows off like, hey, this is actually a full-size standee. All right. Anybody doing the door banners? That will be number 4. Door banners. These vertical banners here. Now we designed them in class this week in our Photoshop class, but I wanted to understand, is that something that you all want to see as part of an automated design inside the Automizer? Oh, okay. Y'all like the door banner. Okay. What about the pendant banner? This means that it would be individual. This would be number 5. Individual little letters, but it would still coordinate with the theme of your design from the Automizer. I don't know if y'all plan on cutting these out, contour cutting them on your crickets or your silhouettes, right? That will be a 5. And it's okay if it's not a super popular thing. It just lets me know that it may not be something that majority of you all want to do, and that's fine. Okay. Now I do have a photo frame cut out, like for instance, for graduation. It's basically a frame that people hold up and then you put your head in and it might say, congrats grad or 2026 or whatever. And it's just basically a coroplast cutout. That would be 6. I don't have an image of that one. I think you all know Yeah, basically it's a party prop. Okay. Tennis skirt will be 7, and I already have a Photoshop version of that. I think I did that with you all months ago. Showed you all how to, it might even been almost a year ago, how to mock up the tennis skirt. So you have a mock-up file for it, but do you want it in the Automizer? Is my question there. So that would be a 7. All right. And then for the jeans, we have a Photoshop mock-up file for that, but do you want it in the Automizer? That would be an 8. All right. Denim jacket. Now, this is something y'all told me about. So what I'm thinking for the denim jacket is just to showcase the back of the jacket and the front of the jacket, where it would have basically DTF style images on it. And then if you want to decorate the sleeves or anything, you can decorate the sleeves. That will be a 9. How many of you all want that? Oh, a lot of you all want that. Okay. So this is what I need y'all to show me then. Where y'all getting these denim jackets from? Do you just randomly pick something up like from a Walmart or Zara or something? Let me know where y'all are getting these jackets from. Gap? Oh, Gap and Old Navy. That's smart. And they pretty much have a consistent style throughout the season. So that makes sense. Okay. Let me put that in my notes. Gap and Old Navy. All right. So denim jacket. Okay. What about the corset? That would be a 10. Oh, Amazon too. Yep. Because that's where I was getting the skirt and the corsets from. Y'all really be working on these corsets? See, this is the other thing. I don't see y'all posting this kind of stuff, so I don't know what you all are creating and what you need mock-ups for. And where y'all getting the corsets from? Is it Amazon? Because that's where I got mine from. And where do you get the jeans from? The jeans does the customer. So when I was decorating jeans back in the day, that's one of my first businesses I ever had, where I was selling online to people all over the world. I sent stuff to Japan and Germany and everywhere on eBay. I used to have people send me their jeans because I dare not guess if somebody can fit something after I done spent hours painting on. Okay. Yeah, so I used to have the customer provide their jeans. Yep. Oh, Timu for the corset. Okay. All right. Y'all let me know how Timu's doing with that. All right. All right. So these are some of my other things that I was thinking of. We're not going to get into all of that. This is where I was saying I had the Hobby Lobby as a possible for the event design. I was thinking of doing a balloon menu, but I think what I may do for the balloon menu is show you all that AI instead of Photoshop. Why? Because it's just easier to mark it up in AI. It just is. Y'all know me. I will tell you the most efficient and effective way, but I will also tell you when I'm not going to touch and fool with it, because I can absolutely make some editable Photoshop files with the balloon menus, but it's just easier to do with AI. Printed table cover, fitted or not fitted. This printed table cover is good for events. I've even seen like it's not even branded for the event, but it just has like the floral theme. I've actually printed table covers out of vinyl and wrapped tables. I think I showed you all for an event that I did for the Slay the Season event. We wrapped that table with a design that I created, and it was actually an AI pattern, a floral pattern that we created in AI, and I blew it up and wrapped the whole table in it. So not sure. Hold on, I think I lost track of my numbers, because I'm not putting a number on something I may not do. Okay, I'm going to put 11 on here. If y'all want to do the Hobby Lobby thing, give me 11 in the chat. If it's not that important to you, don't put it down, because basically what it boils down to is what I have time to add to the Automizer for y'all. Okay. Okay. What about, are any of you doing the printed table covers, meaning that you're either wrapping a table or I like to use the stretch ones that are provided by my third-party printer companies. What is my main company that I use for my last few projects? I'm drawing a blank right now. I have to get you that one. But they did my tents and all. But I like the stretch table covers that they do. They look very high quality. And then they have the fitted ones and they have the non-fitted ones. That would be a 12. And I think, those work well for where people intend on paying for that type of upgraded appeal, because that is an additional expense. Those tablecloths are not cheap. It wasn't 4 over. It was one of my, I don't know why I'm just drawing a blank right now. But 4 over may do it. Okay. All right. So, okay. Not a whole lot of people doing those. But these also come in handy for if you're doing business to business, and they have, like, let's say, for instance, a booth that they go out into the community and set up, or they go to conventions and set up, or even they may have days where they go out into the parking lot and set up a table and that sort of thing. The table covers work for that, plus the retractable banner, plus the flags, glass, vinyl graphics. That's good for businesses, just letting y'all know. Let's see, party. What about the party hat? That's going to be 13. Party hat, 13. Okay. Cool. What about the crown? Now, I know I showed you all how to mock it up and make it from scratch. Is that something that you all want to see inside the Automizer? It'll be basically that standard crown that we did, and then you'll be able to fill it in with whatever. You can change the colors of the stones and that sort of thing. That'll be a 14. All right. What about the gable box? That would be 15. Okay, I'm seeing some 15s jump in. So for the gable box, what size are you all doing? Because I saw that there are 2 main sizes. What is the number 1 size that you're doing for the gable box? Morticia, we did the crown in class. That was, I think we did that this week. Okay, so Shaka, tell me what the front, if you could tell me the front side and the side. I think it also gives you the side dimension. So is it like 8 by 5, and then the side is like a 5 by 3? I'm sure you know, because if you've done these gable boxes before, you know what the sizes are. Okay, look it up for me and let me know, okay? But I see enough if you do want to do the gable boxes. I just don't know what the dimension of the ones you use are. Okay. Gift wrapping paper. Anybody doing gift wrapping paper? Actually, that's a very good and cool product to do for graduation. You can put faces and stuff on there, logos. That'll be 16. And Deshanta, I got that dimension right there for the gable box. And this is why I need y'all. All right, so gift, and somebody else was doing well selling gift wrapping paper on Etsy. And for businesses, makes sense. And the tissue paper. All right, so the gift wrapping paper is 1. The tissue paper would actually have to be a whole nother mock-up. So I'll put tissue paper, I'll put 17. That one I don't have mocked up already, so that one will be orange. So the ones I have in pink, I have Photoshop mock-ups, but they're not in the Automizer yet. Those are ones that I have kind of semi-done. Okay. What about an envelope? Since you all are printing those things with the desktop format printer, have you all started printing custom envelopes that go like with your invitations and stuff? That'll be, oh, I didn't even put the 18 on there. Y'all just started with the 18s. Okay. Okay, cool. And we'll get into the gift tag and shoebox later, like the little Nike shoebox. I didn't feel like enough of you all were doing that for graduation. Unless you are, then let me know. How about this? For the shoebox, I'm going to put 19 and you all tell me how many of you all are doing shoeboxes for graduation. And then Shaka, that size that you gave me there, is that for the gable box? Okay, got you. Okay, so they're two different sizes. Got you, got you. Okay. Let me see what I can do, y'all. All right, so shoebox. Shoebox is old. We'll hold off on that one. What about the tent card for the table? The tent card usually has like individual people's names on it, or it'll say like table 1, table 2, etc. And it's usually custom printed, folded like a tent and onto the table. Let's put number 20 for that. Okay, y'all gonna have an all out like mega suite of anything that you can possibly think of for an event for this graduation season or any other event, because it doesn't have to be just graduation, y'all. Ooh, I was just consulting with somebody. It was one of the techs today that was helping me with personal care. She was like, "Yeah, I make treats now and I don't know how to do some of the other stuff." And I was probably talking about some stuff you would appreciate too, Mo. Just even branding that stuff, because she was talking about making the treats. I was like, well, do you make your own little toppers? Do you put your own stickers on there, design those to coordinate with the theme? And Mo, I know you've been doing your thing. Okay. Oh, that will be good for wedding too. Yes, wedding. Any type of occasion where you have like table settings, those things the tent cards are good for. Now, what about the cake toppers? How many of y'all even making these cake toppers? Now we could do single, they don't have to be the 3D ones. I think when I created the file, I created it could be a flat file that you just print and contour cut just like the fan, or you can print the individual layers of it. Remember, I made a whole thing about how I made it to where you can cut out those individual layers and stack them up. That will be 21, a cake topper. Okay, and I showed you all how to use those cake toppers basically and make a coordinating cake in AI that just goes off of that cake topper theme and makes your cake topper look phenomenal and out of this world. All right, so that's 21. All right, look, y'all, we getting into the double digits pretty deep here, okay? Mm, you got a mock up of the actual Oreos and all that. Let's go. Oh, Mo, I want to see that. I want to see what you're working on. All right, cutlery pouch. Now, I don't know if y'all are using these or plan on using these. It's basically a little paper pouch that gets printed, and this is more for kids' parties. I think I have seen them used for like graduations, probably lower. I won't say lower, but yeah, lower budget. I'm just gonna say it like call it like it is, because usually the higher end ones are using fabric napkins. Um, oh my goodness. I gotta tell y'all some stuff. I'm gonna put my little personal notes on here, but the fabric napkins and the custom printed pillows. You can also do custom printed, and I want to see this so bad. I want to do an event, y'all, just so that I can show like all of the things we can possibly do. But the custom ropes for the stanchions. I want to do some custom ropes so bad. Velvet ropes. I want to do velvet ropes custom printed. Do y'all hear me? I ain't never seen it. Never seen it. I've been wanting to do this for years now. And I know we can do it. Yes, we never saw that. But Lisa, immediately when I said it, you saw it in your head, didn't you? You saw it come to life immediately because you know you could do it. It's just basically fabric that we sublimate. And let me tell you what y'all can use for the inside of the ropes. If you don't want to mess with the actual ropes because they're kind of like permanently installed on there, you can use pool noodles and wrap them with fabric and sell those bad boys like they are high end. Do y'all hear me? That's what I'm saying. I want to do an event, y'all. Okay. Let me get out of my head right now. But I see that happening. Hey, how about this? If I make a mock-up and put it inside the Automizer, oh, you could even do a custom rug too. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. I might put it in the event Automizer, but a custom rug, and you can have them printed overseas. They print it on the polyester rug, and you can have your own little red carpet / printed carpet. Like, we are so limitless when it comes to what we can do with our creativity. Just because we have never seen it before doesn't mean we can't do it. Sean said, my 50th birthday is coming up. Look, I was actually looking for, and I may do this. I just, y'all know I've been working pretty much remotely right now. I haven't been doing a lot of the events and things lately. But I may see about doing a project of more like a celebrity event, because I need somebody to, at least, the last one I did, the budget for the party was $150,000. I kid you not. Okay. So then I could do some things with that. I can do some graphics. I can do some specialty products that we've never done before, that sort of thing. So I'm looking for a project, at least a $40,000 budget that someone has, and I may turn it into a learning experience. We shall see. We shall see. And then, of course, we could always do our own thing. But the way I look at it is, I'd rather work on somebody else's budget where it's a paid gig and I get paid to learn and teach and have a portfolio product. That's like a win-win-win. But we can do some other things around that. But it just takes a lot of time and energy, y'all. And it takes a team to plan that sort of thing. And right now, I don't know if that's where I want to place my mental energy. Yes, bathroom items, home decor, absolutely. Bathroom, I've done curtains for a bedroom before. I've actually done a wall installation, like a big wall artwork that was about 4 foot by 6 foot. It was a canvas that I sublimated. I sublimated the fabric and then wrapped it around the canvas. So I've even done that. I can promise you, anything you could think of, I probably have either done it or imagined how to do it. Okay, so the panels for the basketball, football. So I don't have a template for that stuff. So I don't know if it works for the basketball, footballs, and volleyballs. If you have something for that, Felicia, email it to me and I can see about that. Because I know it does take a lot of energy to make the mock-ups for the printables fit those balls, because you have to actually wrap it around and make it look spherical. So I know it's hard to make those mock-ups. Okay. But if you have the panels and they are to scale, and all I have to do is create the mock-up files from that and create the, of course, design files from that too, then let me know. I'm going to put this on here now. Hold on. Let me see how many other people want this. So that's going to be kind of in the sports. Hold on. We got all off track with our numbers. Hold on. I'm going to put this as a separate one. So, and then you can put basketballs, footballs, and volleyballs. That's 3 different ones. All right. Let's see. Let's put 22 for that. Who's interested in doing those balls? 22. Beatrice, you and Felicia teamed up on that one. Okay. Oh, my OG's teaming up on me. Okay. Softball also, softball. Okay. Basketball, football. Oh, Lord. Softball. Softball. I'm guessing is baseball a part of that too? I'm sure it is. Baseball is very popular. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go back down our treats then. I know I got y'all a little off when we started talking about our dreams of building a big event. Pringle shaker. That would be, let's do that as 23. As I'm not gonna do the cut unless y'all want to do the cutlery pouch. I think that'd be good for like kids stuff, but I don't think we need it for graduation right now. Like I said, we did design it already. Remember, we did a Photoshop template of it already. We just don't have it in the Automizer. You never saw that one either? Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. I think, we might have had some classes. We skipped out on a little bit. That's all right. I'll remind you. What about the Gatorade? The Gatorade will be 24. I know that's good for sports. I don't know if you're doing that for graduation, but let me know how important that is to you. I put a 24 in the chat. 24. Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on, y'all. All right. So let's see. That was the gift wrapping. That was the denim jeans we did. Y'all like, oh, I don't remember doing that. Yep, it's right there. I showed you how to make your own markup. This is the Pringles here. And you can take it in AI and tell it that, hey, add these little beads. Oh my gosh, I need to show you how to do that in AI. Put these little beads and stuff inside of the dome part of the shaker where it looks like it is encapsulated inside of the dome. Because why do that in Photoshop? Because I was going to put little sprinkles and beads in there and make them change colors. I was like, but I don't know what beads y'all using, whether you're using the little foam balls or you're using the glass beads or confetti or whatever. So what you can do is you can add the actual images of the products that you're going to fill this with and tell it to put that randomly inside of that dome. Why not? Why? What? I'm just saying. All right, so that was 332. Remember the cake topper? Y'all say, I don't remember doing a cake topper. Cake topper, that was Photoshop class number 330. Don't say I ain't never taught y'all nothing now. We are not limited on resources. We have been doing this thing. Y'all don't remember the dome Pringles? Or doing the jeans? I think the skirt is on here somewhere. The tennis skirt. Every time y'all tell me y'all want something, I be listening. Sometimes I get a little delayed. Sometimes it takes me about 2 years to listen to y'all. Like with that split template. It took me about 2 years to finally make that for y'all for the all over. Let's see. Yeah. All right, let me go back here, see what's on here. I haven't done Gatorade or a soda can, but those could be easy. The soda can. How many of you are wrapping soda cans? 25? What I didn't like about the wrapped soda cans is I don't like how you can still see like the red from the Coca-Cola or the green from the Sprite. It bothered me. So if anything, I don't know if you can do shrink wrap, printed shrink. I don't know. I would have to think of something. If I were to do that for a real event, I would have to think of doing it to where I wouldn't see the actual color of the can because it bothers me, especially if it doesn't coordinate with the event. Like if I'm doing like a baby blue event and I see that red Coca-Cola can at the top, I'm mad. I'm mad. Is it a small Valentine blister package for the kids? I don't. When you say the blister package, you mean what we did like this? The jumbo treat things, but just doing a smaller version of it. Now I didn't put that into the Automizer because I know people were doing different sizes and stuff. All right, let's see. I'm going back to my list, y'all, because y'all finna have me up all night just thinking of all the things y'all want to make. Now, a treat bag topper, I think that's important because it's just basically a clear bag. You put whatever, treats, or you might even be putting, crayons and things of that in the clear bag, and then it just has a topper. I think that's also good for your treats. So if you're doing like those pretzels and things and you want to individually wrap them or individually put them into the cellophane bags, and you want a little treat topper that coordinates with the theme or potentially puts your branding on it. Typically it's like a little Ziploc bag size and the standard size for that. I'm going to put that at 26 just to see who's interested in that. The all over gift bag. So I will say, I know I have a gift bag that already has the front image on it. I don't know. I'm going to put an all over gift bag. I know some of you all are making that, but I don't know if I'm going to take time to make another gift bag for the Automizer, but I will consider it. Give me a 27 if y'all are actually making this thing or intend on making it. That'll be 27. Are y'all actually making these things? I need to go stalking y'all's pages to see what y'all actually making. Y'all, I don't doubt that you're making it, but I doubt it's on your page. That's what I'm doubting. I doubt y'all advertising it. The 9-panel and the 20-panel blanket template. 9-panel and then a 20-panel blanket. All right, so, all right, Lordy. This is my craft quit. Y'all are spoiled. We still up here talking about wish list. Okay, 28 for the 9-panel blanket, 29 for the 20-panel blanket. Okay, that's something y'all making. And I think that would be popular for graduation. Okay. And we already did the Pringles shaker. Okay. Y'all showed me this acrylic purse that y'all said that y'all were working on. Let's do that as 30. I don't know what y'all doing with it. Okay, a couple of people working on that. All right. What about the Hershey bar purse? It was made at 31. Who's doing the Hershey bar purses? Ooh, dokes. Okay. Quite a few of y'all. How about this? I need to see y'all's work. I need to see what you're working on. Because this helps me understand what to make for the Automizer, how well y'all are going to use it, okay? All right, so I see that y'all want to do the Hershey bar purse. I think I have one that is fold over the top. Let me see what y'all throwing in here. Let's see. What about fabric napkins? Anybody sublimate napkins? I want to do this so it's like a high-end type of ordeal. Like, actually, like, listen, y'all. I be buying stuff just for y'all. I bought so many different napkins. I bought lace napkins. I bought satin napkins. I bought linen napkins that are all polyester. I bought the velvet style napkins because I wanted to show you all the difference and how they looked in place settings, because I really feel like those type of touches add a sense of elegance and personalization to any event. So yeah, I bought a whole bunch of napkins. I will put 32 for that. And then the thing is, the napkins can have different folds, so you can actually fold them. You can put them in a ring holder, that sort of thing. And then they just look different based on how you're displaying the napkins. So anybody doing fabric napkins, put 32. And most of the time, those napkins are less than a 13 by 13 size. So they're like a 12 by 12. So if you wanted to sublimate them with your 13-inch printer, you could do full bleed sublimation on those napkins and charge an arm and a leg for each napkin. because that's what people do. They're fully printed custom napkins. All right, I can see y'all aren't as excited about the napkins as me. I got a few 32s there. Okay. But they do really well for place settings. Let's see, custom ropes for the stanchions. Now, this is something I've never seen before, but I'm willing to mock it up if y'all willing to stand up with me and offer it. I'll put 33 in the chat for that. I think some of y'all might put that just because y'all want to see y'all want to see it happen. All right, cool. What about custom rugs? Now, this would not be me actually designing any rugs for the sense of you all sublimating rugs for yourself. This is something that a lot of companies are offering now as like a arts ad. And these are typically rugs that you would have drop shipped, but they can make or break an event or a podcast set or custom room decor. So that might be, I'm going to put like a event, podcast, room decor, that kind of rug. It also could be used for like bathroom. Yep, you do bathroom rugs. And Lisa, when you did your custom rugs for the funerals, did you have them drop shipped or did you personally sublimate them? And I know a while back we were all sublimating those Home Depot rugs. That's not quite what I'm talking about. Like the outdoor rugs. I'm talking about like actually carpets. Okay. Oh, I guess I forgot to put the number there. So, all right, 34. Yep. Somebody already put 34. All right. So, woo, Lord. Okay. So I got some little ideas and stuff here. We're not going to get into, I was going to get into memorial and baby shower later. Whoo, y'all look like y'all want me to do some work. Yeah, like a tufted rug, but really more or less it's a very low pile rug that is more than likely sublimated at the surface. You've seen those little thin rugs that they have as decorative rugs. They still have a little pile to them, but the image is not it's not per yarn like how you would tuft it. It's actually just sublimated on the top. Gotcha. Okay. I just want to see if anybody was actually tufting these from scratch or, sometimes y'all be wowing me with what you're doing by hand too. But yeah, I would definitely suggest to have that sent off. And a lot of times it's difficult to find suppliers that can get it done, especially if you're talking about memorial where they want it for the funeral. And Lisa, feel free to let us know if you want to share your source for that, if they do get it done in a timely manner. And feel free to share that with the community. All right. Okay. So have I missed anything? Y'all want to put anything on the list to vote? Because I'm tired. I haven't even started on the mock-ups yet, but it looks like I'm not going to be mocking anything up tonight. I'm going to be taking a nap in preparation for working on this tomorrow. Oh, you posted your bags? Okay, let me check it out. All right, so am I like, look, y'all be getting quiet on me, so I guess I'm not missing. I don't think there's anything I could miss, and we done added about 34 products. Oh, okay. So you do the full bleed bags. Okay, so y'all are assembling them, you're printing them. Okay, okay. So that I suppose that is a bit different than just doing the stickers on the front. Okay, so I got y'all. Now, this is what I'm going to ask of you. Y'all asked a lot of me. Y'all asked about 34 products worth of actually more than that, because just the balls themselves were like 5 different ones. Okay. I need to see some of y'all's work. I need to see that if I make these things inside the Automizer, not only will they help you get your point across to your client, but they're going to help you make more money because you're already doing this stuff. And you're not just asking me to do randomness just to see how magical I am, because I'm pretty magical. You're magical too. I know this. I said, y'all trying to make me blush right now. The Automizer has spoiled me. It makes it easier to accept more orders and execute them. Okay, Felicia, I hear you. And I do understand that's why so many products would be helpful to be inside the Automizer. I get it. I 100% get it. Okay. Let's see, notepads. So a college send off. I have pens on there. I don't think, you know what? I don't think I have a mouse pad on there, which is crazy because that used to be one of my main items that I would sell in my brick and mortar store. So mouse pads. I used to sell the one, and matter of fact, I would turn on my camera right now, but I'm looking crazy. I'm looking at my custom, everywhere I go, I have a custom printed mouse pad with the little wrist rest on it. And then my custom printed laptop case, my little zipper laptop case, my neoprene case. And then I have a big sticker on the back of my laptop that takes up the whole back of the screen. Yeah, stay branded. That's why my motto is stay branded or get branded. Right? Because if you ain't staying branded, that means you're rocking somebody else's stuff that's not paying you to market. Okay, so Teresa, that it is a great question. Which Automizer do we need to purchase for this? All right, I have on here, this will be the pre-purchase price because on Sunday I'm going to be showing off the event part that goes with it. So let me give you that link. So if y'all want to participate early, this is okay. So I'm not going to say it's my last Automizer, y'all, but we're getting to the point where we are filling up almost everything we possibly can with this Automizer. And it is definitely over the original 100 products that I wanted to put in there. Let me see. Let me open that tab. I think I have it up here. Okay. Let me get my notes back on my other screen. So for anyone that purchases this one, let me put my link in, make sure it works first. All right, so this is not supposed to be 197. What the heck? Oh, I know I did that. Okay, so I did that for our Crafts Quick crew. I'm not going to be able to, y'all. I looked at how much time it takes me to do this. Y'all see how much I have put off doing an Automizer for almost a whole year because of how much effort it takes. So I want to say that I'm going to do as many of these products as I can possibly do. Okay, as many of these products as I can possibly do. When I get my quiet time this weekend, I will guarantee at least 10 of these items out of the 34 that we voted on tonight will be in the new Automizer, okay? But I'm going to need to charge at least, our Automizer is usually the $7.97, $8.97, depending on how many products are in there. I'm going to put it at $197 today so that you all can pre-purchase it. On Sunday, I'm going to show off the products that we just talked about, however many I can possibly get done tomorrow when I sit down and have my quiet time. I promise to at least do 10 of them. If I can get all 34 done, that would be some real magic. I doubt I'll get all 34 done. That's a lot. That is a heck of a lot. Even 10 of them is a lot to add because I have to troubleshoot them all and make sure that they all work as printable products and mockups. But I promise whoever purchases this one, I'm going to do the 327 with all of the products. I'm also going to do the 125. And you'll get both of those with all of the products, okay? Because those are the top two that I'm using right now for graduation. However, just like I showed you on Wednesday's class, you could take those and flip them into any template that you want. That's why I was going to ask y'all if y'all had any questions about that tonight. Flipping it to a different template where you're changing the foreground, the background, the colors, the subject, the text. So if y'all don't have any problem with that, then this is what I am releasing on our, well, Sunday is where I'm going to show you all the large format graphics. But the Automizer with the new products that y'all are asking for today. That's what I will reveal on Sunday. Okay, so you can pre-purchase today for $197, but once I release it on Sunday where it's already done and ready to go, that price will go up to $497. And then I'm not doing any more discount codes on this thing because it is what it is. Now, what I will tell you all is that you have a chance to do what's called the, basically it's a 50% commission that you can earn for sharing it with someone. So they won't get it at $197. It'll be regular price. And if you do share it with someone, then you can earn 50% commission by basically telling them about the Automizer and that product. So once I have that on Sunday, you all will be able to share it. It'll be regular price by Sunday. So if you want to go ahead and purchase it today or tomorrow, $197, it's right there for you. Let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. Put in the link in chat. Now, get it tomorrow. I'm going to be working on it all day tomorrow, adding those new products, okay? So it will probably be very late in the day where it is ready. Possibly not until Sunday morning. So I don't want to promise you it's going to be ready on Saturday because sometimes it depends on how long it takes me to make those mock-ups that go with the product printables. So like, for instance, all of those balls are very, very difficult to mock up. So I may not choose to do the balls for this particular Automizer because it may take that long to make the mock-ups match the printable files. But like I said, I looked at your numbers and what y'all voted on, and customer happiness helped me take note of that. So I'll have an idea of what everyone, that's why I asked you to be honest with me. What are you going to use? What's most important to you so that I can rank those and including them in the new Automizer, okay? Yep, if you purchase today or tomorrow, if you wait till Sunday to purchase, that price is going up. Because basically, I know y'all love me and y'all trust me. And what I do for you all is I give you an opportunity to have like an early bird price that nobody else will get, okay? I've been doing that with the Craft to Quit program, with my annual rates, all of that stuff. People who believe in me early on, they call early adopters. I always reward those early adopters. That's why my OGs, some of y'all are locked in at $30 a month for the silver plan, because you just got in when the getting was good and in the very beginning, and you trusted me from then and you won't let go. Some of y'all are Craft to Quit for $97 a month. Some of y'all are Craft to Quit for $497 for the whole year because you lock in. And I just had that special for my birthday. That was my OG rate before anybody even knew what Craft to Quit was going to be about. Y'all trusted me with that. So I always reward my early adopters with the lowest price. Okay. So I said, I locked in. All right. So listen, I'm going to need some time to put in this work to get these new mock-ups. And I'm excited because you all are excited. Normally, I just decide what goes into the Automizer and I kind of like look at what y'all are doing and make those up. But I'm excited to see what you all are producing, what you're interested in, and how I can help you take those products and those designs to the next level. Because if y'all look at everything we've done, I don't even know what template we would need next. Where we are now, I think y'all have enough templates of actual designs. I think now it's time to implement that work, right? And that's why I'm focused more on, well, how can we mock up your products to make them more interesting? How can we take this one design and propagate it across 140 products so you can sell more products? What can I do to help you optimize your experience as a creative so you can focus more on selling and not so much time on the design side? Okay. And customer habits and turn it into a sales pitch. Enjoy Auto 327 Automizer today until Saturday for only $197. On Sunday, it will be $497. Thank you, customer happiness. All right. So, like I said, I took inventory of everything that you all want to see. I have my votes in there. And I'm actually kind of surprised at some of the products that you all wanted to see, like the denim jacket. I'm surprised so many of you all wanted to see that. If it was something that we didn't get at this point, I got me a whole grocery list of products that you all want to see in this Automizer, okay? And I just want to make sure that I spend some quality time tomorrow pulling these together for you all, okay? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Let me know if there's anything that I've forgotten that I said I was going to put in this Automizer. I think that we literally went over everything tonight. I don't think there was any stone left unturned. Okay. And I got some work to do. Yes, you will get an email showing you that, hey, it's a matter of fact, you'll see it. It'll say a new section is available. Okay, a new section is available. All right. And then this is what I want y'all to do while I'm working. Guess what I want y'all to do? Post some of your work. Screenshot it and then post it on my mention, or just put it on your page and then tag me in it. Something in a way that you're mentioning on the Innate Academy page so I can see what you're doing. I can see what you're doing with this work. Even if it's, let's say, Mo, if you're working on your treats, maybe I didn't teach you how to make no treats, but next to your treats, you got one of the t-shirts that you made. I'm fine with that. Advertise your treats, but put that t-shirt in there on the side and just say, hey, this is some of the design work that I've been working on lately. You don't have to say anything about giving me credit for a template. None of that. Now, if you do give credit for a template, make sure you use your affiliate links. Y'all hear me? Craft to Quit. Every last one of y'all have an affiliate link that you can access. And if anybody clicks on your affiliate link, you get 50% commission on anything they buy from you in perpetuity. That means if they sign up for a monthly plan, you get 50% every single month. It's almost like, we're partners and you get the bigger share of things, because my 50% I got to pay bills out of. Your 50% is your 50%. Okay. If you already have the Automizer, this Automizer is going to have more products in it. So it will be a brand new Automizer. And that's why it takes me so much to develop and work on a new one, because I do have to make those new products work even with the old products. And it's a whole system to it. So unfortunately, if you have the old Automizer, it works for those products. But when I add new products, there's no way for me to make the new products work with the old Automizer. I have to make a brand new Automizer. So this will be I don't think I've made an Automizer in 2026. So this will be my first 2026 Automizer. It took me about 6 months, probably even longer than that, because I don't think I've made an Automizer since 3/18. That was last year, y'all. So that's why I'm saying it. It takes a little, I was going to say a lot of energy to make it, but I understand how valuable it is to you all. And I want to make sure that, that we create this value, make a big bang for this graduation season. Okay. All right. And Aisha, I'll be looking out for your message. You send it on Facebook or Instagram? So Lisa, I'm going to do a minimum of 10 additional items. That means it already has I think it already has 130. We're going to do 10 minimum. I'm going to challenge myself to see how many of the ones that you all want that I can do, but I will do a minimum of the 10 most popular ones. Yep, there'll be a minimum of 140. I think it's 135 right now, so it'll probably be 145. But don't let me lie. All right. And that's why I wanted to see what was important to you all, because I don't want to make mock-ups of things that you all aren't selling. Okay. That's why I wanted to see tonight how important some of those products were for you all. And y'all use these templates, use these resources that y'all have. Like I go back and I see y'all's work and you all do phenomenal work, but you just don't post it. And I'm talking to myself too. Okay. Because I don't think I posted in about 4 months. Let me be real with y'all. I've seen other people posting my stuff more than I post my stuff. Okay. Yep. Tracy, I got you, love. As a matter of fact, let me do this because I don't know if your credit, I'll do this. I'll put it Can I put it as a credit on your account? That way when you go to use it, it'll be there. If not, let me know and I can just do it as the refund, and then that way you'll have it. I did forget about that. I apologize. I even have it on my notes on the top of the screen here. I was like, oops, let me see. It's on here. Let me show you my little notes. It was on one of these notes. Where is it? Pro rating. Look, boom. I forgot. My bad. Oh, you know I love you. And if I didn't forget. Okay. All right, so I got that for you, and all right, drop the link again. So Lisa, let me know so I plan on doing this again because y'all know my big thing is I wanted to do memorial before we got into graduation, but my timeline got kind of crunched up with everything that was going on. So I do plan on revamping for memorial. I want you all to start working with funeral homes. I want you to be getting that constant the constant leads, constant money every single month, and being reliable for people who really care about that level of design and quality. I would say you could, but Lisa, you know, with the rate I've been making these Automizers, it might be next year before I make another one. We'll see. I'm not gonna shy away from it. If you all are willing to use it, then I am willing to put forth the work. I just need to know that you all are actually putting forth the effort to use it, okay? That's what makes me want to make stuff. I promise y'all. When I see anybody using it, I'm like, is it really a point of me innovating anything else? But if I can see y'all appreciate it, it makes me want to work harder, okay? And then we'll do this again. We'll go over some of the products that y'all want to do because I know it's some baby shower stuff y'all want to do. It's some memorial things you want to do. Possibly even some kids party type of things you all want to do. I got you. We'll keep building as long as y'all keep staying with me, because I promise you there's nothing like it out there. I don't care how many mega mock-up things people do out there. There is nothing like the Automizer. Nothing like it. All right. Okay, my love. So I'm going to get to work. You all get to work too. Post some of the things that you're making. Please, 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 please take this time to post so I can be proud of y'all, and it'll give me energy that I need to make more mock-ups if I know that y'all are actually doing this stuff. Okay. All right. So for tonight, I think I gave you all the link for the pre-purchase for the Automizer. Let me know what you all are working on in the meantime so I can put the Automizer to good use too. Okay. All right. I appreciate you and I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Good night, y'all.